Every business is a list. Actually, every business is three lists. When I started my very first business about 15 years ago, it was a web design company where we sold website design to small businesses. All I focused was on building the websites, figuring out how to make them good, good looking, how to make them functional, how to deploy them into the web, and how to kind of make things work well. Selling wasn't really part of my thing. I had somebody else, a partner, who was doing a bit of selling and also building and designing the websites with me. So I didn't really focus on selling and understanding what business was all about. Over the years, this idea of being a business and selling really didn't evolve past I have a product, I have a service, then I go and find a customer, and then I try to sell concept. So this product, find customer, sell has been part of my psyche, my understanding of what businesses were all about for 15 years, and probably before that. When I started learning about email marketing, and I realized what email marketing is all about, a new idea emerged in my mind about what businesses really are. Now let's talk quickly about email marketing. Email marketing is a way of grabbing prospects, converting them into leads, building an email list, and then marketing or sending information to that email list, eventually hoping to sell your product to that list. So you provide value, you provide solutions to problems to your list, and then eventually you ask them, hey, if you want to buy a more detailed solution or our product that kind of solves the problem for you, here's the link, go and buy it. So that's what email marketing is all about, selling via email. As I started building my email marketing campaigns and building out my lead capture and building out my lead nurture systems, I realized something. What I really was building, I was building a leads list, a list of leads to which I can then sell to. And once I've sold something to those leads, these leads became my customers. Therefore, I was building my customer list. So in essence, my business was a list of leads and a list of customers. I probably should have understood this a lot sooner. I remember talking to a friend of mine who had a landscaping business, and he wanted to stop doing it and sell it to somebody else. And to me, I didn't really understand how he could sell his landscaping business other than, a bunch of landscaping tools, selling that to another landscaper. Like, what was the sale there? You were just providing a service. As I was talking to him, I asked him this question. I said, what do you mean you want to sell your landscaping business? You want to sell your tools, your lawnmowers and all of that kind of stuff, all the shovels? He's like, yeah, partly, but that's not what selling a business was. What he wanted to sell was a list of customers that he had and a list of prospects that he had to somebody else who wanted to expand their business or start a brand new landscaping business. At the time, I kind of listened to him and I thought, yeah, okay, cool. You're selling a list of customers to somebody else, and then somebody else can maybe resell their services to those customers. And that's where my understanding kind of stopped. I didn't really go in more in depth into that rabbit hole, as it were. And I wish I had actually explored that a bit more and then spent some time thinking about it, because in the end, what I realized was most recently is that that's what business is. Business is a list of customers. It's a list of customers who have purchased from you and who you will sell more stuff to. That's the list. The list of leads, it's the list of people who might buy your stuff. So people who are already interested in whatever you're trying to sell, but they haven't purchased. So that's the leads list. And there's also a third list. Well, actually, it's a first list. It's a list of prospects, a list of people who you want to convert into leads, who might have the problem, but they aren't quite thinking about the problems you're solving. So you want to take them from not thinking about you, not knowing who you are, putting them into your leads. So these three lists, the prospect list, the leads list, and the customer list, is a business. You can have the biggest manufacturing plants in the world. You can have the most efficient way of building products. You can have the best services, but you don't have a list of prospects, leads, or clients or customers. You don't have a business. A lot of the times when big corporations buy other smaller corporations, small startups and all of that, you see these headlines all over the news. This company bought this company bought that company. And a lot of the times you're thinking, well, what are they buying? Why can't they just build the same thing that company is building? Yes, they're buying part of the product or the product manufacturing, the processes, the systems, that's one, but they also buying customer lists. They're buying users lists. When Facebook bought Instagram, they could have built the same functionality for Facebook. They could have built their own Instagram very easily. They had the resources, they had the talent, they had the money. But building all that out is one thing. Getting users to use it, to come and use their software, their Instagram clone, as it were, would have been a lot more difficult. So it was a lot easier to just buy Instagram and all their users and all the software, and then all of a sudden you have a list. So Instagram had a list of customers who were the users, and Facebook bought that list. So it's always about buying a list of customers. When businesses buy other businesses, it's about buying customers. When you're starting a business, when you're running a business, when you're thinking about business, you need to think about these three lists. The prospects, people who don't know who you are, people that they're not aware of the problems that you may be solving. The list of leads, people who know who you are, people who know the general type of problems that you are solving, and the list of customers, people who have purchased from you and who you've helped solve those problems. These three lists are the most important. Once you understand this breakdown, then you begin to understand what type of content, what type of work you need to do in order to find the prospects, hey, advertise yourself to them, then convert them into leads, saying, hey, this is the problem, I have a solution, come here, and then finally nurture them and then convert them into clients. Here's the solution to this problem that you don't have to do anything, just pay me the money and I will apply that solution to your problem. That's the idea there. The three lists. Every business is three lists. List of prospects, big. List of leads, small. List of clients, smaller. That's how you want to think about it. All right. Tomorrow I will talk about, what will I talk about tomorrow? Tomorrow I will talk about how to drive traffic. How to drive traffic to your free offer, so that you can convert the people from prospects into your leads. Now, if you're thinking about starting a business, or you've started a business but you're really not sure how to get leads, I have a roadmap linked just below to help you get started, to help you get your first 1,000 leads, or to help you get your next 1,000 leads if you don't have the system set up. It kind of talks about the beginning, the lead magnets, all the good stuff, into the marketing, the nurture campaign, and all of that. Gives you a quick overview so you understand. And once you sign up, I will also send you over the next 27 days 27 detailed solutions to very many problems that most online businesses come across in their life. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.